Hi, my name is Clayton Steinmetz. This is my final project over Coca-Cola Beverage Company. Now, you would think Coca-Cola Beverage Company with 32 plus different beverages wouldn't really need to improve, wouldn't need to grow, wouldn't need to do different things, considering that they are number one or number two top beverage companies in the world. The difference with this is you actually do need to improve. They do need to keep growing as a business, keep growing with new technology, new ways of doing things, new advertisement, new information technology, so that they stay one of the top two beverage companies in the world and they don't get replaced by somebody else because they stuck with old ways. Some of the new technology that Coca-Cola research department has come up with is the 3M technology, light tube technology. This is that lighting tube that you see in Coca-Cola coolers, Coca-Cola containers and stuff like where you would buy it. Now that light creates heat. Obviously, light creates heat. So you don't want that heat then affecting the beverage temperature, considering that you don't want a customer to buy a Coca-Cola beverage and have it be warm when it's supposed to be cold. This lighting tube technology actually increases the light within the cooler, and it doesn't affect the beverage temperature, which is amazing considering that you don't want it warming up because they're on 24/7 all the time, and you don't want them turning off. This also helps to reduce the energy costs. And helping to reduce energy costs is a big thing considering that you don't waste money on simple things like lighting or having to turn them off because a store can't have them run because they don't want to pay the energy cost for it. The carbon footprint. Your carbon footprint now is a major thing for a lot of companies. It's a big publicity thing. They do not want to have a large carbon footprint because of the fact is it looks bad within the company. Wear and tear on the cooler compressor. Having that light running, having electricity always running to it, and if you're using a lot of electricity, that puts wear and tear on that compressor unit, and eventually that compressor unit's going to fail or it's going to break. Then you might end up losing a lot of beverages because they're too warm or they expire or something happens to that causes you actually to lose money. The next one is luminous nano sensing technology. Okay, luminous nano sensing technology. This is allows you to detect trace amounts of contaminant materials in the CO2. CO2 is what makes carbonated water. That is what makes the fizz, what those bubbles you see coming out of the pop or a Coke when you buy it. This technology allows them to trace to see if there's any contaminants within that CO2 stream at all time that might cause a problem to the product. This is a very big thing considering that you don't want to have to recall 8 shipments of Coke or Diet Coke or anything that's used with that carbonated water to come back, because that means you're losing money. You're going to lose that money that could have been there. Plus, you could handle lawsuits if it makes somebody sick. People very nowadays look for things that they can make a lawsuit out of to get money because it's a get rich quick scheme. If I have a problem and it's caused by this company and they can't fix it, I'm going to sue them. That means I'm going to get money. This also helps reduce the cost of trying to do it a different method and also improves the efficiency of the CO2 quality control. This is a big thing. Quality control managers would love this because that means they're not so worried about their CO2 components if they're actually contaminated or not, or they have to worry about this or to go through more tests and save money. Merlin's mobile augmented reality technology. This is a training tool. So this is pretty much a training tool for Coke salespeople. They can take a Coke product or a Coke machine like is shown on the left, and they can show a store owner, hey, you want to put this here? We can put this here if this matches with this. Chipotle Qdobas have these in their stores, well, they can show them where this Coke product fits. And they're able to show them like, oh, it fits right here, or it fits with this compartment, or it fits with this table right here. And that allows them to kind of plan out how they're doing their stores. It makes it easier on them. Also allows them to choose and mix what drinks they want to fill up with it. So you know that Coke has like 32 plus flavors or 32 plus different beverages within it. So that means that they can take and pick and choose, oh, this is really good for this area, this is really good, they have this one, they really like this one. And this allows them to be more diverse and more specialized or more unique for customers that might not use a certain beverage in this area but are very popular with another beverage. Now I'm going to go into new technology that I found that I think Coke would really help Coke and be a real positive to Coke. And that would be, the first one, being the cloud. Now, there's been a bit of the cloud, like it's been able to help people optimize their functions and stuff like this. It allows people to send data within the cloud, people to retrieve stuff. This I feel would be very beneficial to the cloud, considering that if Coke wants to use somebody's project from Seattle and they want to use it in their Chicago base of operations, they only need to apply that document to the cloud and they can pull from it, which then allows them to use different areas or different people's ideas from all over the world and still be able to benefit and still be able to grow as a company. The second one is statistics, and this is pretty much based for your operational, your supply chain decisions, your competitive data. Obviously, they're always competing with Pepsi. If they can see that Pepsi is benefiting from doing this, doing more diets in this area or doing more regular Pepsi products in this area, Coke can then see that and look at it and decide that maybe we should do this, maybe we should have a higher percentage of our diet products here to compete with Pepsi or more of our regular products in this area. Supply chain decisions. This is to tell whether if a stock in a certain area is getting low or is not selling at all. This is a major thing to save time and waste. Also to make sure they have supply and stock on hand in those areas that that their companies can sell, their grocery stores, their gas stations can sell. And that way they don't have to worry about them running out or having not any at all, and then they're losing money because they're not being able to sell it. Operational. This is a major thing considering that what have I just said over supply chains and competition data. Operational means if you're the regional manager for that area, you can see how well your area is doing. You can see if you need to put more money into this area or more money into another area to that help it grow or to take money away from it because it is doing well, instead put it towards a different area. The last one I found was plant-based PET bottles. And this pretty much is saying that they're taking their plastic bottles and they're putting it so that they're recyclable. This goes back to this carbon footprint idea. Everyone wants to take away that carbon footprint because once you're done with the plastic bottle, about 65% of you are going to throw it away. Not going to recycle it. Most people will want to recycle it, but when you're in a rush, you're in your car, you're driving down the highway, you don't always have time to find a recycling can, and you throw it away. Well, that means that that's going to go into a landfill, and it's going to be horrible to try to decompose because it takes forever for plastic to decompose. This technology is 30% sugarcane-based materials. This means that plastic is made from sugarcane. And that means it'll decompose better. That is a major thing considering that the statistic that I found for this plant-based PET bottles reduces the carbon emission around 25%, around a quarter, 25%, which is amazing considering that that's all you hear is people wanting to reduce their carbon emission, wanting to decrease landfills. They don't want to have any more of it. And I feel like this is one of the best ideas for Coke to go with to make their bottles more environmental friendly. And the last thing is my citation page. This is my places where I got the information that I have used within this presentation, along with common knowledge that I have learned by doing research with Coke.